always do, we always start off with our word on wealth. And why do we do that, Gino?
Well, I think it's important to dissect and translate the information that we see every week through the general mainstream media and see what's accurate, what's not accurate, what applies to us here in Santa Clarita, and what doesn't apply to us here in Santa Clarita. Because what's happening in Detroit isn't necessarily relevant here, but what's happening here is, and we want to make sure that we bring that every week, is what's going on right here in our valley and our adjacent areas, because those things can also affect what happens here. But sometimes, Detroit or Colorado, it'd be nice to know what's happening globally, but it's not a direct effect all the time.
But it does affect us here, and that's what's nice being part of Real Estate Radio Network. It's a national conglomeration of the very best real estate and financial professionals around the nation, sharing with you what you need to know and helping us rebuild the real estate community one market at a time. And being part of Cherry Creek Mortgage helps us do that right here locally in Santa Clarita. The company's been around since 1987, helping you with your dream of home ownership. And Gino and I can help you right down the street, right here in Valencia.
We're local and accountable to you. And let's jump into the word on wealth, because I have a lot of stuff to say, and I want to make sure we get it all in. I know that stocks are down. People are worried. This Fiscal Cliff thing.
Fiscal Cliff. Are you tired of hearing about it? We are.
Yeah, but it is important. What's nice is that just like people predicted the end of the world last week and it didn't happen, the same thing's going to happen on January 2nd. It's not the end of the world. Yes, it brings consequences. Yes, there'll be change. Yes, there's going to be some sort of deal at some point. But is it catastrophic? Is the world going to end? I don't think so, Don.
I have to agree with you, Gino. And there'll be something that will be, compromised on at some point. But it isn't going to be the end of the world. But it does have everybody a little nervous right now. And confidence is down a little bit.
Yeah, and confidence is down almost for sure because of this Fiscal Cliff situation. In fact, last time we had the debt ceiling situation, the same thing happened. Just before, when all the talks of the debt ceiling were happening, we also had a little reduction in consumer confidence, and that's normal. I think it's normal when you hear so much about this, and plus this time it was just, what a cool name, the Fiscal Cliff, like we're all going to go off it and blow up or something. And, so it's normal to have a little less confidence, but, once they figure out what's going to happen, you take the uncertainty away. Once we know what the new normal is, then we can move forward and continue to grow.
Well, for the not normal, you got to tune into the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. You can go to www.donandgino.com. That's DONANDGINO. Click on the Listen Live, and you can watch and listen live. You'll see who our awesome guests are upcoming, making our booth here look a lot better than just Gino and I every week.
Yeah, in fact, I brought up during lunch that we're bringing the average age down here, Don.
Anyways. Anybody brings the average age down from me.
But not the average experience. Experience is up.
So that's right. That. And that's what we get to share. I do get to share my 25 years experience, 34 years between us. You can do the math. And we have some great experience in the room. So between all of us here, we're looking at close to 50 years of real estate experience we're going to share with you today. What's going on. And, okay, go back on the Fiscal Cliff stuff. A lot of concerns are about tax things changing regarding how your taxes are handled and stuff, and how things are handled. One of the main ones that I wanted to bring up is everybody's worried about, will they remove the tax consequences and the exemptions for short sales, mods, and foreclosures? And I very adamantly think no way.
Okay, so you're talking about the Debt Forgiveness Act.
You're absolutely right.
Okay, so my opinion on that is that we will have some sort of deal. And we talked a few weeks ago that deal might happen in January, February, March. It may be part of the Fiscal Cliff deal or not. But that could be a retroactive thing. So just because you didn't close your short sale by, tomorrow, don't fret. Move forward with the process. It's still better than a foreclosure. And hopefully our Congress will give us a retroactive deal on that.
Yeah, and good thing we have some people in the House that can help us with that. We have experts that are helping people right now on a regular basis, both Sherry Brown and Zach McReynolds. They are experts in that field, and they're going to share the do's and don'ts and what they're doing to help their clients right now, and relieving stress, which is a great thing during the holidays, and setting people up for success in the future, and it's a good thing.
Speaking of that, actually, there is a lot of success going on right now. I know we talk about the future, but right now we're seeing success in the housing market across the board. The numbers today were fantastic. Yesterday, the numbers were great. Every piece of data that's been coming out this week and last week, and every piece of mainstream media is positive about the housing recovery. And what's funny is we've been positive about the housing recovery for a year now. And we always talk about the mainstream media being behind the 8 ball on that kind of
they
stuff.
were only like 6 months to a year behind us. Yeah, they're willing to jump out there, huh?
Yeah. Now, once they get confirmation, see, that's the thing is they wait for confirmation from reports when we see it happening on the ground in our town and with our experts. They're the ones that give us the best information every single week.
Well, that's why it's good that you're here every week actually getting the information instead of waiting for the information to tell you what's happening. We'll tell you what's happening before the media figures it out.
Yeah.
They're always way behind. I'm sorry, they are. And usually it's not even that correct sometimes. They're just reading a teleprompter.
They are because
We
they're
don't even
not.
have one.
Here, hold this.
Yes. Just my notes here from digging all week long to get you this information every week.
We do dig every single week. Don and I go over what's important, what's really dissect it, because I probably read 5 to 10 to 15 articles a week to figure out what's important, how are we going to whittle it down, and what's important to you today, not next week, not next year, not last month, but today.
Yeah, and speaking of what's important, we have some important information. In fact, we're going to talk about how you can earn 100% or more on your investment. How about that, Gino?
I like
100% or more on your investment. Right now you're trying to get 2%. We're going to teach you how to get 100% or more on your investment. Also, who's buying and why they're buying right now.